Today, I'm going to be giving you a closer look at this beautiful 3-tiered bar cart from Smart Fendee. This is Mayor Product Reviews. This large package arrived on my front porch, and as usual, Jeff was ready to open it up and assemble, and my dog Ruby was ready to assist. I was really hoping that this one was going to get here before the holidays so I'd have it for my Christmas Eve party and New Year's Eve, but I didn't have it ordered in time. Nevertheless, I was excited to see it. This bar cart comes in a couple of different color options. I'm showing you here the rustic brown bar cart, and I was really excited to see those faux wood pieces, and I really love the rustic color and appearance. It looks really nice. As you can see from the unboxing, it's packaged really well, so if you hate the use of lots of styrofoam, you probably won't appreciate that. But I have to say that I've got metal pieces in here and these long boards, and nothing was damaged. Everything was just packed really well. Now we've got everything unboxed and we're ready to assemble. And apparently at the end of this video, my daughter's going to ask a question. She decided that she would be inserting herself into this review today. So I guess stick around to the end of the video for that. While Jeff typically likes to use the tools that are included with a particular piece of furniture, he found with this one that it was just way easier to get out a tool set than try to use what was provided. So this is a great time for him to get out his Hammer of Thor tool set that he got for Christmas. Sometimes furniture pieces come with everything you need to simply put them together, and sometimes the tools that come along with just aren't sufficient for getting into small places, or you find that it would just be easier and faster to use other tools. So that was the case with this build. Next come the wheels, which makes this bar cart a versatile piece of furniture. You could either keep it stationary or move it around. 2 of the wheels have a locking mechanism so that it can hold in place nicely without shifting. And finally, now that the cart is looking nearly fully assembled, it is time to put on those brackets so that you can have the handles on the side of the cart. With handles on both sides, it makes this cart really easy to push, pull, and move around. And just like that, 5 minutes later, it was built. Just kidding, it took us longer than 5 minutes. Thanks, video editing. This bar cart was built using the power of the Hammer of Thor. This was a pretty awesome tool set. Not only is it a practical gift, but it's also funny because it looks like the hammer of Thor. But when you open it up, that's just the stem of a regular hammer and you've got a snappy little tool set inside. Because I love it so much, I am going to be including the link for that in my write-up below too, if you want to go check that out. So here's how it turned out. It makes a nice little table, and you also have storage underneath for holding your glasses, with plenty of storage underneath that, so you could store things on that shelf as well, and you've got room to store bottles on the bottom.
So here's how I'm using this bar cart in my dining room. I've got it right beside my table, just up against the wall, and I found that I'm just using it as a stationary serving table almost, because it's pretty narrow, it doesn't stick out too far, it doesn't block the walkway to my back door. For the most part, I don't really keep too much on it either. It is nice that we can roll it around and use it, so if we were having a party and we wanted to have a serving spread of something, we could move it in between our dining room table and the island in the kitchen, or we could roll it around the table if we wanted to use this to serve things off of, so that's a nice option. So I definitely don't mind having those handles and the wheels, but I haven't found myself moving it around. It's just sitting here, but I could use it for various things and move it around my house. Now, one thing about this being a bar cart is I don't drink. So as far as like storing wine in the bottom here, this pretty much goes unused. I wish that you could kind of pop this out because then I could have something that I would use more, but I like the look of it being empty. I'm not putting wine bottles in there or anything like that because I'm not drinking, and it's not big enough in here to hold soda bottles. So I don't really use it for that purpose, but I do like the hanging area so you can have these long stemmed glasses, which I only have a couple of, but I like that you have them right here, and if we wanted fancier glasses for our meal at the table, we could just come get them right here. And when they're stored and hanging there, it just looks like a nice fancy little display. But I don't really get too much use out of what's on the bottom. Here are some ways that I could use it. I could use it for bottles like this. Sparkling cider, when we're having a party, when it's New Year's, I could just put those sparkling cider bottles right there, and we have a tendency when we have people over to go through multiple of those, so it's nice that you could have chilled ones sitting there. You could set a bucket of ice here for that, or anything that you need for your meal could just be here, or you could just have it open as a display. Right now I just have candles on top. These are obviously battery operated candles. One thing to keep in mind is that this isn't real solid wood, so you do want to be careful with things that you sit on here. You don't want to sit things on here that are too hot without having something protective underneath. So if I were to burn a candle on here, I'd want to have something protective underneath so it didn't get too hot on this surface. So another thought that I had for this, and ways that we thought that we would use this besides just regular display, is to do like a hot chocolate bar and have various things and flavorings and stuff that we could utilize on here, and cups and everything that you might need for that. Or you could do a soda bar and have various sodas, and then this is just a soda flavoring and stuff like that, which is a bottle that fits perfectly down here. So you could store various flavorings like that you don't get out too often, but you have them available for a party. So that's some ways that I could utilize it down there, but I don't mind the empty look of it and just having a little simple display. Put some flowers, some arrangements, a frame, some candles. But I just like the look of it open, and I really like the metal and the rustic wood look. So I really like the look and style of it. The darker rustic look, even though it's not real wood, really does look nice with all the rustic wood that's in my kitchen. And I love all of the black metal accents. It goes really well with the black metal throughout my house. It's just kind of my style. Love the way that it looks, and I'm really happy with it. And anytime that I want to move it around, you can just throw it away or keep it solidly in place. I like that it's not something that I have to store away when I'm not using it, but it just looks nice sitting here all the time.
Today's question is, why do some snakes have venom in them? That's your question. Figure it out. I'm not gonna help you. Bye.
You're not even gonna answer it?
I'm not gonna answer it.
Oh man.
All right, why do snakes have venom? This it has nothing to do with the bar cart, but it's just something for you to think about.
So thanks for sticking around to hear that rather interesting question that is not providing you with an answer. And thanks for watching this product review. I got my bar cart on Amazon, and as usual, you can find the link for this in my write-up below. There's also other color options. If you're more into gold with a marble top, that's available as well. I hope that you found this review to be helpful as well, whether you're here to see dining room furniture or hear questions about snakes. You can hit the subscribe button in the corner and the notification bell so you don't miss a single review. Also, hit that like button if you love seeing furniture like this and you want to see more. I'll see you guys next time.